What's up, everybody? Cole Sands here again with your weekly fishing report. It is Monday, September 27th, 2021, and I got big news. I just reached 1,000 subscribers, and I want to say thank you. What that means is I'll be giving away a free 4-hour guide trip. Just reached 1,000 subscribers like yesterday. I'll be giving away the trip next Monday, so y'all be sure to tune in. I'll be announcing who wins. I got to put all the names, all the YouTube channels and all that into a randomizer to make sure it's fair. And I'm excited to go. I'm excited to see who wins, but I just want to tell you thank you. But let's go ahead and hop to the fishing report. So I was gone this past week, but I got out today. I had a guide trip this morning, and we'll talk about it, what I'm seeing on the lake, what I expect going forward this week, and hopefully help you catch some fish. So for starters, one thing that surprised me today when I got out there was how high the lake was for September. I know we got a lot of rain this past week while I was gone, but I was still expecting the lake to be a couple feet below summer pool. And as soon as I put in this morning, I was like, well, this isn't what I was expecting. But with that being said, the fishing was still good. It was a little bit slow in the morning. It was really foggy, but it seemed like as the day progressed, that fog burned off. The fish really pushed in that grass, and they started to bite a lot better. So for starters, this morning, I wanted to hit some staging areas. And what I mean by that is I wanted to hit areas that fish can stop at as they're going back in the creeks, and they can eat bait. And we caught several fish doing that. What we used to catch those fish was really 3 different baits. First one was the drop shot. I throw it all the time. It's one of my favorite baits. I just had a top 10 at Lake Norman throwing a drop shot for spotted bass, but it's also a great largemouth bait. Got several on it, just fishing it around grass, just grass edges, points, intersection points. And then another one that was a good bait today was just that wacky rig. And I got a little nail weight in the tail, so I guess it's technically a Nico rig. Throwing a 1/0 hook, 10-pound braid, 10-pound fluorocarbon leader. I use Yozuri T7 fluorocarbon. It's super strong, you can't break it. And I'm not scared to throw a 10-pound line around grass when I'm using that. And then lastly, I talked about this bait a lot before I left to go to Lake Norman, but is the hardcore popper. And same thing I talked about in the last video I posted. Throwing it out there and popping it a couple times, just letting it sit, working it super slow. And what I was targeting with this is them grass edges, places either it's where it's really clumpy and you throw down the sides of it, or if there's a good hard edge and maybe you're seeing a little bit of bait running around, that's when I picked up that popper. And one of our best fish came on that today, and we caught several more on it. And then as the day progressed, it seemed like that bite kind of died. And what I noticed is it seemed like the fish started to push further and further in the grass. And with that water being up like it is, there's actually a pretty good canopy on top of a lot of them grass mats. And what I mean by that is that grass that's growing, it comes up to a certain level, but there's also floating grass. So there's a little bit of space where there's really good shade, from that floating grass to the grass growing. And then bass love to get in that little shady area and run around and eat bait. And to target those fish, there's nothing better to throw than a frog. So we caught a few on this today. The bite is starting. We kind of picked it up in the afternoon and had several blow-ups, caught a few. And it's going to get a lot better as it cools off. The frog bite is just starting here in Chickamauga, but it's definitely happening now. It's worth throwing. So that's definitely something I would keep in mind. And then what we caught our 2 biggest on today, and a couple more, was the old punching rig. Today was a super high pressure day. It was very sunny, not a cloud in the sky, and the fish were buried up in that grass. And when they're really buried up in that grass and not that active, you got to go in after them. And that's what we did. 1.5 ounce tungsten, gambler stinger for the soft plastic, and then a 4/0 hook, straight shank hook. 65-pound braid, I think this is a 7/9 extra heavy Witch Doctor tackle, Hydrilla Gorilla rod. This thing's a beast. And that's pretty much the 5 baits we used today. Fished grass all day, maybe a couple points first thing in the morning that were more bait related. But really, it was all grass. still paying attention to that bait. You know, if you're seeing a lot of bait, you know, that's where the fish are wanting to be this time of year. So keep your eye open for that. And another thing, as it cools off and as this season progresses into the fall, when you get in the grass mats, listen, you know, if you hear that popping sound, that means there's a lot of bluegill in there. You're probably about to get bit. Both the places where we caught fish today, and a frog, and where we caught fish punching, you could hear them bluegill popping. You'd also see some movement in the mats. So just keep your eyes open, listen, and it should help you catch more fish. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all the support. And like I said, I look forward to next week when I announce the winner, and can't thank y'all enough. And I'd also love to do another giveaway once we reach like maybe 2,500 subscribers. So y'all keep subscribing, and the more y'all do, the more I can do. So thanks again, guys. Bye.